She's a woman, obviously a man-hating radical feminist who got in by bullying her way in. Her name is Sandra Korn. She's a senior at Harvard, no doubt, because she bulled her way to become senior at Harvard. And she writes for the once decent newspaper, the Harvard Crimson. And she said that the university should stop guaranteeing professors and students the right to hold controversial views. She should stop research they should stop funding research that challenges liberalism. Listen what this psychotic said. If our university community opposes racism, sexism, and heterosexism, why should we put up with research that counters our goals? Asked Sandra Korn. She said, let's give up on academic freedom in favor of justice. Now, I won't read you the rest of the story. It's in the Daily Caller. She also supported the academic boycott of Israel, something condemned even by Harvard President Drew Faust. She said that boycott of Israel is an example of the kind of tactics that leftists should defend and use in order to get their way on campus. So she hates intellectual freedom. She hates the First Amendment. There is nobody in radio today other than Michael Savage who wears the crown of free speech. Remember, I won the Talkers Magazine Freedom of Speech Award several years ago, soon after I was banned from entering Britain. And I'm going to play that speech for you in its entirety today. And I have to say a few things before I continue with the show. And that is, I'm right now suffering with a strep throat, and it sounds as though I've taken some medication. You know, when you take something to numb your jaw? Well, that's what my speech is like. The right side of my face isn't working right from some kind of stuff I put on the right side there. So forgive me, but my mind is functioning fine. And my spirit is as strong as ever, but my speech is a little off, so you'll have to forgive me. And people said, rest, don't go on the air. I can't. This is too important. We're fighting for our survival. The communists, the fascists are everywhere. They're suppressing us. They're trying to destroy us. They want to take away our ability to speak. I'm not going to go down without a fight. Now, I want to read to you not only what this lowlife throwback from Harvard wrote, because we know where they come from. We know that they're fascists. We've always known that the liberals are fascists. We've always known that the oppressed minority, given the opportunity, would put a boot to our neck. I want to read to you from Winston Churchill. He said, we're confronted with another theme. It is not a new theme. It leaps out upon us from the dark ages. Racial persecution, religious intolerance, deprivation of free speech, the conception of the citizen as a mere soulless fraction of the state. And then he goes on. And I want you to hear this very carefully, those of you who are communists or socialists or leftists. You know in your heart that what I'm about to read to you is true. Churchill warned the world, and here's what he said. Like the communists, the Nazis tolerate no opinion but their own. Like the communists, they feed on hatred. Like the communists, they must seek from time to time and always at shorter intervals a new target, a new prize, a new victim. The dictator in all his pride is held in the grip of his party machine. He can go forward, he cannot go back. He must blood his hounds and show them sport, or else, like Actaeon of old, be devoured by them. All strong without, he is all weak within. As Byron wrote 100 years ago, these pagod things of saber sway with fronts of brass and feet of clay. That's where the phrase feet of clay comes from. Obama is that dictator. Obama is that man who looks like brass at front, but is made of feet of clay. He's all strong without, with his armies, with his minions, with his attacks upon freedoms, but he is weak within. But don't underestimate him. Listen to what Churchill warned you. No one must underrate the power and efficiency of a totalitarian state. Where the whole population of a great country, amiable, good-hearted, peace-loving people, are gripped by the neck and by the hair by a communist or a Nazi tyranny, for they are the same things spelt in different ways. Did you hear what he just said? Those of you who think you're good because you're communists or socialists, you are the Nazi slime that we defeated in World War II, and you will be defeated again. You will be defeated again. The American people are a good people. They understand that you're Nazi slime. You may call yourself progressives. You may call yourself socialists. You're Nazi slime.